Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock on a Friday, so you know what that means. It's time for Friday Friends. I am Deb Burton, the Executive Director of RI Elder Info and creator of RIElderInfo.com, which I'm sure you've visited by now. We maintain the most comprehensive resources for seniors, caregivers, and professionals here in Rhode Island. So we carry on RI Elder Info the information for every city and town here in Rhode Island that is very community specific. We also have state-based information, so anything that has to do with Rhode Island specifically, as well as the national information that you may need. Because I know my friends out there, you're tuning in from all over the country. So I encourage you to check out RIElderInfo.com because you're going to find information that you need to know about as you age or as you're caring for someone who is aging, whether that be a family member or one of your clients. So I encourage you to check out RIElderInfo.com. So you might not know, unless you've watched all the other weeks when I tell you, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So we do this work with the support of our sponsors and our donors. And I am very happy to acknowledge Oak Street Health. They are a primary care practice. They've got locations across the state here in Rhode Island, one in Warwick by the Christmas Tree Shop, one in Woonsocket by the Planet Fitness, and 2 in Providence. They even provide transportation to the doctors, and I know that that's something that a lot of folks often struggle with. They even have offices in other states for those folks who are watching nationwide. So I encourage you to check out Oak Street Health. It's a really comprehensive program and makes things a lot easier for the individual and for those who are trying to coordinate all those different doctor's appointments. Also, big shout out to United Healthcare. They are an amazing Medicare provider, insurance provider, and you want to give Jennifer Barrows a call over there. She and her team speak multiple languages so that you can get the information about your Medicare benefits in a language that you understand. And that's always important. We want to be informed consumers. Also, Tamarisk Assisted Living. It's a great assisted living right in Warwick, right over by the malls. They even have a memory care unit. So if you have an individual loved one who maybe has some dementia, gets confused, over at Tamarisk, they're going to be treated just like family and loved on just like family. So I encourage you to check out Tamarisk Assisted Living. So when you're watching me here, this is through the magic of 321 Media, and Ben Barber is the guy to contact over there. They are an amazing live stream and production marketing company that really help companies get their word out to the community. Super important these days as we're just bombarded with information. You need to be able to work with somebody who is easy to work with to get your message out. And then if you visited RIElderInfo.com, that is the amazing work of England Studio. They are an award-winning web design team. They design websites for folks across the across the globe. So they are also really, really cool. So we have a new sponsor this week, and that is the Ocean State Center for Independent Living. So we learned last week, they were one of my guests last week, and we learned that they have a home modification program that will help cover the costs of the things that you need to be able to stay independent as you age. And really, they look at what do you as an individual need. It's not a cookie cutter program. They can also help with hearing aids. They can also help with technological devices and will even come to your house to help you with those devices. So big shout out to Ocean State Center for Independent Living. You can visit them at the ocil.org website and get connected with the services and resources you may need. But I got to tell you, my conversation last week with Melissa really made me realize that I needed to have a conversation with you guys directly about three things that I get asked a lot. And there are three things that can really make a big difference to help you age independently. Thought I'd just take today and have that conversation with you. And I encourage you, please, if you have questions about what I'm talking about, drop them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So, one of the first things that comes up is what happens if mom or dad or my loved one gets sick? Sometimes, I'm navigating through all these different doctor's offices and they're not telling me anything. And, I'm the one that's there. I'm the one that's scheduling the appointments. How do I facilitate this communication? Okay. So first, your mom or dad or the one that you're there for, the person you're caring for, they get to decide who is entitled to their health information. It's part of the Hipaa program, and I'm sure everybody's heard of Hipaa, where your health information is kept confidential. So sometimes people think, oh, I have to become the healthcare power of attorney for my loved one. They have to sign off and name me. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to get these doctor's appointments done. It's actually not true. Your loved one can tell their doctors with a Hipaa release form that their doctor's office provides what information they want released and to who. And it doesn't change your loved one's right to make their own decisions as they age. Okay. So it is just saying to the doctor, I give you permission to speak to fill in the blank. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be the neighbor that brings them all the time to the different appointments. But that's something that you can get or they can get from their doctor specifically. And you'd have to do it for each doctor. And it could be something that your loved one doesn't want to release all of their information from all of their doctors to all of the family. So it is doctor specific, and you can ask for that at your physician's office to fill out a Hipaa release form. And that will give you the ability to get the information that you need from the doctor's office for your loved one, but you'll only get the information that your loved one is going to release. So the other thing to talk about is the healthcare power of attorney, which is different than the Hipaa release. The healthcare power of attorney goes into effect when you're not able to make decisions for yourself. Okay. So everybody over the age of 18, everybody should have a healthcare power of attorney. Now, what that healthcare power of attorney does is it authorizes someone legally to make decisions for you when you're not able to make decisions for yourself. Okay, so what does that look like? Let me give you an example. Say, for example, you slip and fall and you fracture your elbow. All right, you go to the emergency room. You have your loved ones come and join you at the emergency room, and the doctor's like, "Oh, wow, that's a pretty intense break there. We need to get you in for surgery to get that elbow repaired." You're alert and oriented and able to make your own decisions. So you can say, "Yeah, I want this elbow fixed." And the surgeon brings you in, and you're in the OR, and you're able to make your own decisions. And then they give you anesthesia, and you're asleep. You can't make your decisions known because you're under anesthesia. So now your healthcare power of attorney can make the decisions for you. Okay. You're in, say, the recovery room and you're all kind of loopy. Okay. You're still not able to make your own decisions. Your healthcare power of attorney is still in effect. Oh, but then you get up to the room upstairs in the hospital and all that anesthesia is worn off and you're like, woo, my elbow is hurting. And you're alert and oriented and able to make your own decisions, your healthcare power of attorney is no longer in effect. Still a valid document, but it's no longer in effect because now you can make your decisions on your own. I've talked to a lot of people, and sometimes my older adult friends have said, "But Deb, if I name, say, my daughter my healthcare power of attorney, she's going to slam me into a nursing home and never let me out." A healthcare power of attorney doesn't do that. A healthcare power of attorney only gives people the authority to make decisions when you're not able to make decisions. And everybody needs one. Heaven forbid, if I were to run to the store this afternoon and get into a car accident and I'm knocked out, I need somebody to make healthcare decisions for me. So it doesn't matter what age you are, as long as you're over the age of 18, you should have a healthcare power of attorney. So that's one part. The second part to remain independent is to prevent falling down. Falling down is one of the leading causes of ending up in long term care. And nobody ever plans to fall. And when you're talking with people, they don't always call falling down, because a lot of times we think, oh, we're up and then we're not. Falling down is sometimes slipping or tripping. And when someone is slipping, maybe they slipped on the water, they tripped over the cat. What it's saying is maybe there's some strengthening that needs to be done in the legs. Maybe some assessment for body mechanics needs to be done by the doctor, and to have that conversation. Now, I think most of us know if we pick up our throw rugs, don't have, electric cords running across the room, pick up the newspapers when you're done reading them so that you don't slide on them. I think we know those things, but there's a couple other things that can impact whether or not you're more likely to fall. And one of those things is called polypharmacy. Polypharmacy is when you take multiple medications. So you take medication A and it has some side effects. And so you take medication B. Now, maybe that's got some side effects. And then you take medication C and on it goes. And these medications all start to interact. And that can leave you kind of unsteady on your feet. Now, I am not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare provider. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an estate planner. But what I can tell you is when you're taking a lot of different medications, it's really important that you talk to your pharmacist and with your physicians, multiple physicians, so that everybody knows who is giving you what and why, and what are you taking on your own. So it's important the cardiologist knows what the neurologist is doing, what the primary care physician is doing, and have that conversation with your pharmacist as well. Ask when they're given a new drug, will this interact with other medications? And it's really important that you talk to your doctor honestly, including vitamins and supplements. So there are some supplements, your regular vitamins that you get in the vitamin aisle, not even over the counter at the pharmacy, that can interact with the medications that the doctors are prescribing and can have a really negative effect. And sometimes what happens is these medications can interact with other medications so that when you get up in the middle of the night to maybe run to the bathroom, it can make you really unsteady on your feet. And therein is where the fall lies. So the third thing I wanted to talk about really quickly is, where is the most dangerous spot in the house? A lot of times we think, maybe the backyard with all of the equipment that you've got going. You've got the weed whacker and the lawnmower, maybe the kitchen because of the knives. It's actually the bathroom. You're more likely to slip and fall in the bathroom because it's a wet surface. And what do? You're in the shower, you get all soaped up, right? You wash one foot, you put that soapy foot down, you pick up the other foot, you wash that foot, right? You put it down. And then you turn around in the shower. And what do you probably do? You're holding on to the soap holder that's held into your wall by grout, regular tile grout. And you're turning around on two soapy feet. And you lose your balance. And that soap holder stays in your hand as you go down, because it's not actually mounted into the wall. So it's really important that you have grab bars put in your bathroom, in your shower, and sometimes even around the toilet to kind of give you that extra oomph if you need that one day. The cool thing, these are things that the Ocean State Center for Independent Living can install for free or for very low cost. And you can be safer. And sometimes the pushback I get is, I don't like those big silver bars in my bathroom. I don't want the big white bars in my bathroom. How is that going to impact my house resale value? How is that going to impact, if my friends come over? Well, I can tell you that there are products out there that don't look like the big silver industrial bars or the big white industrial bars. They look like your regular soap dishes and your regular towel bars, but like they don't look the big the silver or white bars. They look like regular towel bars, like regular soap holders, but they're mounted in the wall differently so that if you do lose your balance, they're actually going to hold you up. So, really important. 3 things today, super quick show so that you can process this information and take action steps today. Get your healthcare power of attorney done. You can check out more information on the rielderinfo.com website under legal and financial information to learn more about advanced directives, healthcare powers of attorney when guardianships are appropriate. You want to take a look at the medications that you're on and talk to your pharmacist, throw them all in a bag and go see your pharmacist. It's free. And make sure that nothing is interacting and make sure that you have a conversation with your doctors. And the third thing is do what you can to prevent falling. And one of those things that you can do to prevent falling is to get those grab bars installed in your bathroom as soon as possible. Because we all want to age independently in our own homes for as long as we possibly can. But we have some responsibilities to take action to make sure that we're able to do that. So I thank you all for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next week. And in the meantime, be well and be kind.
If you liked this video, please follow us on social media and subscribe on YouTube. For more information, visit rielderinfo.com or call 401-585-0509. If you have any questions, email deb@rielderinfo.com.